Good evening, everyone. My name is Jade. These are my predictions for the Champions League knockout stages. PSG against Chelsea. PSG will beat them over two legs, no doubt. Galatasaray, Liverpool. Liverpool gets a good enough result to overturn the tie in the second leg. Galatasaray are not good travelers. And then Real Madrid, Man City. I think from the second round we're going to see the Real Madrid of the champions. So I think they would edge City in this tie. Then Atlanta against Bayern Munich. No chance for Atalanta at the end of the road. Bayern would nick that. Then Newcastle against Barcelona. That's my upset of the round. I think Newcastle will edge it over two legs. Basically because I feel they must have had enough of Barcelona's eye line and they have enough firepower to punish them on the counter. So I feel like Newcastle will nick it over two legs. So 8-10 against Tottenham. Tottenham, we know they're in a relegation battle in England. They care more about not going down than going further in the Champions. So 8-10 we nick that. And then Bodo Glimt Sporting, due to the weather conditions and the AstroTurf that they play on, I think Bodo will still take advantage of that and go ahead in place of Sporting Lisbon. Then Arsenal to definitely beat Leverkusen. Then to the quarterfinals, I think PSG will be too much for Liverpool to handle. Then I think Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. Bayern, maybe for the first time in a while, we knock out Real Madrid in the Champions League. Then on the right side of the draw, I think 8-10 will be Newcastle. Then Arsenal will edge. That's where that fairy tale comes to an end. In the semi-finals, Bayern PSG, I think Bayern will qualify ahead of PSG because I feel they are the most informed team in Europe. Then on the other side of the draw, I feel like Arsenal will edge Atletico Madrid. And it brings us to a final of Bayern Munich against Arsenal. See Bayern Munich ending up with title. So Bayern Munich, I think Bayern Munich will end up in Let's see how it goes. I hope I'm not wrong. I don't want Arsenal to win the champion. I rather Bayern or Madrid. I rather Bayern or Madrid. I don't mind. City do not have enough firepower. City they are not well equipped. Guardiola is just trying to I don't know, he's just trying to mask it. They are not that team that we used to know. I've been saying this since the start of the season.